Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Family, family. It I literally sat here for 5 minutes and just kept hearing everyone's journey is not the same. And I'm aware of this, but me being aware of this doesn't make it that everyone else is aware of this. And Spirit was like, exactly. Something as simple as knowing that not everybody else is where you are in your journey. That is a big deal. That is a big deal. And just because they are not where you are doesn't mean that you need to knock them down or not deal with them. Never forget at one point in time, you were learning too. At one point in time in your journey, you were a child learning. You bumped your head. You asked questions. You may be bumping your head asking questions now. Literally right now. And that's okay. Not everyone is where you are. And in your journey, this is the beautiful thing about your growth. This is the beautiful thing about you learning that there is something more than you ever thought possible. Is that along your journey, you're going to meet other people who respect that and who want to see you grow and who want the best for you and who you have an opportunity to grow and bring out the best in them. See, it doesn't matter who you are along your journey. There's going to be somebody that you meet somewhere who's going to say something to you that it's going to sound stupid to you because it's so simple to you. But it may not be so simple to them. So what it is what you have to do is you have to talk to them on that level, because when they talk to you a certain way, you can tell if they're growing or not, or if they're wanting to grow, if they're along their journey, or if they just said, fuck it. I'm going to be real. Some people just like, I just want to watch other people do it. That's fine. That's their journey, not yours. And when I say meet them where they're at, even a person who has stopped along their journey still gathers wisdom. That just means they're not using that wisdom to move them forward. See, I know someone, and this king enlightened me to so much information. Like from the moment I met him, enlightened me to so much information, and I was curious. Because the first time he met me, he called me Sir Kep. He enlightened me to so much information. One of the best things he told me, and I did not understand, is that he said, I'm going to give you the tools for you can run. But even if I stop, I need for you to keep going. I was like, what the hell does that mean? And I understand what that means. Along my journey, what I needed was that I saw, okay, in my journey, I'm just going through, I'm getting thorns in my brush, but I'm moving, right? I'm going through, I'm moving, I'm working all the time. I'm just, I come across him, get a sense of enlightenment, and what he teaches me. What this is that the people that you meet along your journey are there to give you something. But that doesn't mean you need to stop moving along your journey to stay where they're at just because they gave it to you. Just because someone gives you a piece of helpful information, they're giving that to you to help you so you can grow and move along, not so you can stay where you're at. The point is, it's like, okay, if each piece of information, you've got 2 sticks. You've laid them parallel, side by side. If every piece of information is a block that you can put in between those 2 sticks and nail them together, you get enough information to put blocks in between these sticks, you've created a ladder. Understand? You've created a ladder. And just because someone gives you information doesn't mean that you need to make a platform off of that section of the ladder. Because sometimes they'll give you good information, and then you make a platform on that ladder, and you're sitting there hanging out, and yeah, you're getting other bits of information, but you didn't take what was initially given you and at least set it up for yourself so you can move up, and now you're sitting stagnant in one area. You let yourself get caught up in the situation and forgot for a moment what you were doing. Don't do that. And it happens. Hold on. My apologies. I said don't do that. And then I'm about to say, but it happens to everybody. Everybody doesn't make the right decisions all the time. It just doesn't happen that way. But you have to understand when you're making a wrong decision, or not even a wrong decision, you just should have made a different one. That's part of the growing and the growth and the moving up the ladder. Because what you're doing is you're moving up a ladder when you grow. You're creating something underneath you as you move as well. You're creating the platforms underneath you as you go, because you've learned something there. You didn't just stop at someone else's landing. You didn't just stop and stay there and build a shop at the bazaar. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to visit, because the universe is just going to have you cross paths with someone else along their journey, because that's part of yours. But you can't expect them to be at the level that you're at, and you can't expect to be at the level everyone else is, and you have to respect that. Don't beat yourself up just because you don't know something. Don't beat yourself up because someone gives you information. It's okay. Frustration happens. Don't let that frustration overwhelm you. Be willing to go and get the information, and don't expect the answers to all come from someone else. You shouldn't expect someone else to give you all the answers. It just doesn't happen that way. Someone can give you keys, give you their knowledge and information, and it's up to you to dig more into that and see how that applies to you. Even a trash can eats steak. Even a clock is right twice a day. Even a homeless person is a prophet. Never, ever think that where you are is where everyone else is. Never think that. But what you don't want to do is just stay at one place or keep going back to where you once came from and think that you're going to keep growing. When you grow, that means you're growing out of something into something. What are you growing into? What are you growing up to? Who are you growing up to be? Who are you glowing up to be? Who are you rising up to be? And your own individuality makes it so no one else is like you. Your own individuality is how you know no one else is going to be on your path. And you shouldn't want to be like anybody else. You should want to be like yourself. It's okay to admire characteristics of someone else. But what you want to be is the best you. You want to grow you. You don't need to be at the same level everyone else is at, and don't expect everyone to be at yours. And don't make them feel like something's wrong if they're not. That was one thing I learned along my journey. Because as I was growing, someone made me feel like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? I'm still learning shit. You weren't at a learning point either. The only stupid question you ask is the one that's not asked. You've got to grow. And when someone asks you a question, sometimes they genuinely don't know the answer. Or if you think that the question is wrong, ask that. Say, can you rephrase the question? Is there another way that you, like, what do you mean by that? There are people that genuinely want to know what you know. Because believe it or not, you know more than you think. How do I know? Because you decided to take this journey. You decided to go down this road to find your higher self. There are some people that haven't even decided to do that. They don't even know where to start. They don't know what to do. Some of the things that are simple and fundamental principles for me, some things that I've always known all my life, I'm literally meeting adults who have no idea what those principles mean. But that's because I was chosen for something different, and I respect the fact that other people don't know these things. That's why sometimes people strangers just talk to me. I went across the street to the Albertsons and spent like 10 minutes outside talking to a lady, and I had my headphones on crossing the street. I came up behind her and I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare the hell out of you. And she just started talking to me. But I could tell that something about me told her that she needed to talk to me about what she was talking to me about. And I could tell when she was talking to me because I was genuinely listening. I 100% promise you that when you talk to me, you have my attention. I hear you. I hear you. And not to boast or brag, but I hear you in a way that most people aren't hearing you. Because I'm seeing you what you're saying and beyond what you're saying, and I'm hearing what your spirits are telling me. I'm going to be honest. So I could tell when she was talking to me that it was making her feel better because she knew that I was listening to her, not as a stranger, but as someone who understood her spirit, who understood her frequency at that moment, and I wasn't judging her. I wasn't belittling her. But what I said in those few seconds that I spoke at the end were the couple jewels that she needed along her journey. It was a beautiful day for both of us. People are going to want your information just like you want someone else's information. Be mindful of that. Stay true to your journey and who you are. And understand that along your journey, you're going to see people falling down along the wayside. Keep going. But just because they've fallen down along the wayside doesn't mean you need to kick them as you're moving. Doesn't mean you need to build a platform as you're moving on the ladder. It's okay to take jewels where you can get them. Just use something with them. The messages are going to come to you. Spirit does not want anything bad for you. Your intuition is going to tell you what you need to do, where you need to turn, where you need to go. And understand each choice that you make is like the branch of a tree. And if you've ever seen, especially trees in a forest, sometimes those trees, the branches from one tree touch the branch from another tree. But it doesn't stop that tree from growing up and building a beautiful canopy, beautiful leaves, beautiful shade. It's the respect of each other that those trees can do that, and the forest is so lush and beautiful. Understand it's the same thing. Where you are in your journey is a gift. Be grateful for it. What's coming up for you is the present for a reason. Move in a positive frequency. Be a student always. Because at some point in time, you're going to need to be someone's teacher. Someone's teacher. And know that the best teacher is always one that never felt like you were stupid. You're not stupid. Don't make anybody else feel like they're stupid along their journey. That is important. Not only important to them, but it's important for you because it's the deposit. It's a deposit. That spiritual bank, it's a deposit. It's what you want to take out. Put yourself, it only takes a second to put yourself in someone else's situation for a moment. It only takes a second to put yourself in someone else's shoes. It only takes a second to feel what someone is feeling in a situation, to hear what that person is hearing. Oh, I hope I'm making sense when I say that. as you move, as you ascend, as you go down this road, you have to ask yourself what you're saying, how you're helping other people. Would you want that help that you're given to you? Because everybody isn't supposed to be on your path. Everyone's got their own path for different things. Like some people's path, my brothers, my kings, my men, some of the path that these men have, their path is to be a single dad. My queens, my sisters, my women, it might be your path to be a single mom. Right now, my kings, right now. Because it's what you're doing along the path affects those who you encounter along the path. It may be part of your path, men, it may be part of your path to be a teacher. And it's the craziest thing because it may not be something that you have thought about. You may not see it as a role that's for men. You may not see it as rewarding, but you don't know why, but you feel like being a teacher. Have you ever thought about that you want to be a teacher because there's going to be young men that you're going to come across that's going to need the father figure that you're going to be in their life? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about, sisters, that maybe it is, maybe you do like kids and it is for you to, to have your own daycare business because someone needs the extra love that you have in you because they don't get it at home because their parents are always busy and they look forward to coming over there because they know that you care. You're affecting other lives by moving in your own purpose. My purpose is not to be a teacher. Not in a classroom. That's not my purpose. Daycare, not my purpose. I knew that early and I was aware of that. But those who move in that, I have the utmost respect for because the jewels I can gain from them are still jewels that I can pull in my own journey. Rungs that I can put on my own ladder. Because the path they went down led them to different experiences that gave them what they needed. So they can be in their journey, moving in their purpose or finding their purpose. Because even as you are doing this, you may not be in your purpose, but the journey to get there gives you jewels. I believe I told my mentor that my road, or either I wrote this down, my journey it started out as a bush, a thorn bush. And I'm trying to break these branches with my hands and I'm getting bloody and torn up. And then I was given a machete and I was able to cut through the woods and start making my path. And then it was a dirt path, but I was moving. moving and seeing. And in this dirt path, though, if you ever lived on a dirt road, when the rain comes, it leaves puddles. And you're going to have to regrate the dirt and whatever, re-level it over time. It just is what it is. It happens on the street. It's just asphalt, same. I was on the dirt road, lots of puddles and potholes. And my road has gone from dirt to stone. Now, where it's gone from there, that His Spirit has told me I am not permitted to say. I am not permitted to say, but just know there are different kinds of stone, baby. And when I went from dirt to the first stone, it was very, very rocky. Very, very rocky. But I was lucky enough that my mentor's purpose is to teach people how to become better versions of themselves. I mean, it's my mentor is the truth. And that's for me. You have to find someone along your journey that inspires you, that gives you inspiration and wisdom, and who has literally made a difference in growing in your life. My mentor doesn't make me feel like shit. Never has. And that is key. There's one thing to get conductive criticism. Constructive criticism, to get constructive criticism that you can grow. They give you suggestions. It's when people give you suggestions in their own ways. Like, you need to fix your attitude. It's constructive criticism. All depends on how you want to look at it. Your mentor should inspire you, motivate you, and push you in a positive way. And moving and doing in this, it shows, because you'll be able to do the same for other people. The key is to inspire with your own actions, with your own doings, not to bash somebody. Be mindful. Be grateful that you're where you're at in your journey. And be mindful not everybody else is there. There's people above you, right? You ask them questions, right? Why can't someone ask you? You're learning from other people. Best believe someone somewhere is possibly learning from you, something from you. So what are you teaching? What are you teaching? I appreciate you following, subscribing, hitting the like button, whatever platform you're hearing this on. I definitely appreciate it, and I give you thanks. Peace.